Saints fans, wake up, because the noise coming out of New Orleans right now is absolutely deafening. We are talking about potential roster-shaking moves involving the Kansas City Chiefs, a massive draft strategy shift, and critical decisions on the future of the quarterback room. The front office is working overtime, and the implications here are going to define the next 5 years of this franchise. Before we dive into this chaos, I need you to step up. We are pushing hard for 1,000 subscribers, so if you bleed black and gold, smash that subscribe button right now.
Sources are telling me that the Kansas City Chiefs are aggressively monitoring the situation surrounding a veteran Pro Bowler currently on the New Orleans Saints roster. This is not just idle chatter. This is a serious inquiry from the reigning champions, who are looking to bolster their lineup for another title run. The specific name hasn't been officially confirmed by the front office, but the description points to a cornerstone player, someone who has defined the culture in New Orleans for years. When you have a team like Kansas City circling your roster, it means you have assets that are valuable, but it also signals that the Saints might be open for business in a way we did not expect. This potential trade is viewed as a significant surprise in the current NFL market because this player was previously considered untouchable. Now let me tell you what this really means. This is absolutely disrespectful to the legacy of the Saints if they just hand over their best talent to the Chiefs. You are trying to build a contender, not a farm system for Patrick Mahomes. If Mickey Loomis pulls the trigger on this deal, he is signaling a full-blown rebuild, whether he admits it or not. You cannot trade a Pro Bowl leader and tell the locker room you are trying to win now. It creates a vacuum of leadership that you cannot replace overnight. The Chiefs smell blood in the water, and they know the Saints are in a salary cap bind. But to trade a veteran of this caliber, it is a gamble that could alienate the entire fan base. The audacity to even entertain this phone call shows me that no one is safe in that building. But if you think losing a veteran leader is the only shockwave hitting the Big Easy, you are sorely mistaken, because the draft room is plotting a move that completely ignores the biggest holes on this roster. We need to talk about what they are planning at pick number 8.
Listen, the offseason is brutal, and you cannot afford to miss a single update. If you want to keep getting exclusive insights like this before anyone else, subscribe now and join the most passionate Saints community online. According to the latest mock draft projections circulating among top scouts, the New Orleans Saints are preparing to use their 8th overall pick on an explosive linebacker from Ohio State. This is a move that screams desperation to inject speed and youth into a defensive unit that looked slow at times last season. The scouts love his sideline-to-sideline ability, calling him a rare talent who can disrupt passing lanes and crush the run game instantly. The front office views this as a calculated risk, a necessary gamble to completely rejuvenate the defensive identity of this team. However, I have to ask, have they lost their minds? You are sitting at number 8, a prime position to grab a quarterback, an offensive tackle, or a dominant edge rusher, and you are looking at an off-ball linebacker? In today's NFL, you do not spend top 10 draft capital on a linebacker unless he is the second coming of Ray Lewis. This is a passing league. You need guys who can hunt the quarterback or protect your own. Selecting a linebacker this high is a luxury pick for a team that is one piece away. And let me be clear, the New Orleans Saints are not just one piece away. This feels like a panic move, trying to fix a cultural problem on defense rather than addressing the structural issues on the roster. While this kid from Ohio State might be an athletic freak, does he win you games in the fourth quarter when you need a drive? No. This projection tells me the Saints are prioritizing the wrong side of the ball and ignoring the glaring issues that kept them out of the playoffs. It is a controversial strategy that puts immense pressure on the coaching staff to make it work immediately. But while the defense is getting a controversial makeover, the offensive line is about to make a massive financial commitment that has me scratching my head in total confusion. Let's look at the money involved here. We are now hearing credible projections that the New Orleans Saints are poised to secure center Luke Fortner for the foreseeable future with a significant new contract. The numbers being discussed are a 3-year deal worth $18 million. This move is being framed by the organization as a crucial step to maintain stability on the offensive line heading into the 2026 season. They believe Fortner offers the consistency and intelligence required to anchor the protection schemes, and they are willing to pay a premium to keep that continuity intact. But let's be real for a second.
$18 million for stability in this economy? This creates a massive domino effect on the salary cap that could paralyze this team's ability to make other necessary moves. When you commit this kind of cash to the interior line, you are effectively saying that the current performance is good enough, and I am here to tell you it has not been good enough. The Saints have struggled to run the ball effectively and protect the passer consistently. So why are we rewarding the status quo with an $18 million check? It feels like the front office is settling for mediocrity instead of striving for excellence. They are prioritizing familiarity over talent upgrades, and that is a dangerous game to play when jobs are on the line. This contract eats into the resources needed for wide receivers and edge rushers. It puts the team in a financial straitjacket. If this deal goes through, it limits the flexibility to fix other glaring holes. The fans want to see ambition. They want to see aggressive upgrades, not an $18 million investment in the same old results. It is frustrating, it is confusing, and quite frankly, it is worrying. But if you think the financial decisions are baffling, wait until you hear what they are deciding to do with the most controversial position on the entire field. The quarterback situation just took a wild turn.
In a stunning reversal of expectations, sources now indicate that the New Orleans Saints are reconsidering the idea of trading quarterback Spencer Rattler. Previously, it seemed like a foregone conclusion that the young signal caller would be moved to acquire draft capital, but the winds have shifted dramatically within the facility. The coaching staff is reportedly taking a second look, evaluating his potential development within the current offensive system. They see raw talent, arm strength, and a playmaking ability that they believe can be molded into a legitimate starter down the road. This is the final major update that ties everything together. Instead of cleaning house, they are hoarding talent at the most critical position. But I have to scream this from the rooftops. Make up your mind. One week, he is on the trading block. The next week, he is the future. This indecision is exactly why this franchise feels stuck in quicksand. You cannot develop a quarterback with one foot out the door. If you believe in Spencer Rattler, you give him the keys and you support him. If you do not, you move him for assets that can help the team win now. Keeping him in limbo does a disservice to the player and the team. It suggests a lack of conviction in the front office. They are afraid to make a mistake, so they make no decision at all. This hesitation connects back to every story we have discussed today. The rumored trade of a veteran, the risky draft pick, the safe offensive line extension, and now this quarterback flip-flop. It paints a picture of a franchise that is reactive rather than proactive. They are reacting to fears rather than executing a clear vision. Keeping Rattler might be the right move, but the process to get here has been messy and chaotic. The Saints need clarity. They need direction. And right now, all they have is hesitation. This is not how you build a championship culture. This is how you stay average.
This is a decisive moment in Saints history. We are looking at a potential exodus of veteran leadership, a controversial draft strategy, expensive extensions for average play, and total confusion at the quarterback position. The front office is walking a tightrope, and one wrong step sends this franchise into a decade of darkness. I need to know where you stand. Do you trade the veteran? Do you draft the linebacker? And do you keep Rattler? Let me know in the comments because I read every single one. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. This offseason is going to separate the contenders from the pretenders.